Today, we will take a closer look at the latest scheduling updates for the Black and Gold team, which were recently announced, including the opponent for the game in Ireland scheduled for Week 4. Following that, our attention will shift to player Asante Samuel Jr., as a report has emerged explaining why he has yet to be signed by a new team as the 2025 season approaches and what opportunities still exist for his acquisition. Furthermore, we will discuss the reaction of Captain Cam Hayward to the trade involving George Pickens, sharing his insights and encouragement for the team to pursue a new receiver for the quarterback role next season. Before diving into these matters, it's important to mention the imminent official release of the 2025 NFL schedule. There will be comprehensive coverage, including the official schedule, as soon as it becomes available. An initial performance forecast for the team will also be presented tomorrow. Regarding the schedule, there was a major update today confirming that the team will face the Minnesota Vikings in Dublin during Week 4. This will indeed be the much anticipated game in Ireland. While there had been speculations about a possible matchup against another team, it is now officially confirmed that the Minnesota Vikings will be the opponents in Week 4, which likely indicates that there will be a bye week in Week 5. Therefore, this should be taken into consideration when the schedule is revealed tomorrow, as it seems the team will have an early bye week this year, which is a positive aspect to consider. The number 4 suggests that the bye week will be scheduled for Week 5 of the season. It's crucial to keep this in mind when the schedule is revealed tomorrow, as it seems that an early bye is planned for this year. This situation brings both positive and negative implications. On one hand, having a break so early in the season may mean limited time for rest before the playoffs. One could argue that the team may face some wear and tear as they approach the postseason, given the significant gap between their bye week and the start of playoff games. However, the benefit is that this early break provides an opportunity to make adjustments early in the season. A similar scenario occurred last year with another team that went on to win the Super Bowl. They too had an early bye and didn't find their rhythm until after that break, using the time to make necessary changes that propelled them to championship status. Thus, there are both optimistic and pessimistic views regarding an early bye week, but the preference tends to lean towards a positive interpretation. The most intriguing question to address when the schedule is revealed tomorrow concerns the number of primetime games that will be allocated. As of now, the team doesn't appear to be a strong candidate for these games, with a certain player expected to start as quarterback and only one significant receiver on the roster. There are many uncertainties. Additionally, there is ambiguity surrounding the participation of another notable player on the team. While there is speculation about this possibility, nothing has been confirmed. So it remains uncertain whether primetime games will be allocated similarly to how another team had nearly weekly appearances in primetime last season due to the potential signing of a marquee player. You may be wondering how the NFL will schedule primetime games for teams this season. Will they adopt the same strategy they used for the New York Jets last year, where it seemed they appeared in primetime every other week due to the potential signing of a star player? Or, on the other hand, will they take a more cautious approach, limiting the Steelers' primetime appearances to avoid the risk of scheduling 6 or 7 games if that player doesn't join the team? This question will likely be answered in the coming hours. It would be interesting to see predictions about how many primetime games the Pittsburgh Steelers will secure for the 2025 NFL season. After a brief moment, there will be a break, and it's a good time to reflect on how many primetime games the Steelers might have next season. Now, returning our focus to Asante Samuel Jr., who remains a free agent. Many expected him to have already been signed, but uncertainties remain regarding his situation. It was recently revealed that Asante underwent neck surgery during the offseason and does not plan to sign with any team until he has a follow-up consultation in July. Therefore, it may take some time before Asante Samuel finds a new home in the NFL. He has already visited the New Orleans Saints and seems to plan on exploring opportunities with other teams soon. According to recent reports, Asante Samuel Jr., recognized as one of the top cornerbacks available in this free agent class, is delaying his signing until he receives medical clearance after his April surgery. He recently visited the Saints and is expected to have an evaluation in early July. after which he may resume conversations with various teams that have shown interest in him. Asante is determined to return to the field for the 2025 season. As for the Steelers, it is clear that they are still interested in his services, and this recent medical situation will affect their future considerations. The Saints have an appointment scheduled for early July, after which they will be able to resume conversations with several teams that have shown interest. Samuel intends to return to the field for the 2025 season. Regarding Asante Samuel Jr., it is clear that the Steelers are still in the race. The neck surgery really explains why he hasn't joined any NFL team yet. This player is versatile, able to play both inside and outside. It's somewhat surprising that he hasn't found a team yet. However, if he wishes to join the Pittsburgh Steelers and the team is willing to invest whatever is necessary to acquire Asante Samuel, that would be exceptional. He is a talented athlete who could immediately become the team's starting slot cornerback. However, it seems Asante prefers to play for a team where he can play outside. Therefore, it seems there are several teams eager to sign him. The Saints are among those who hosted him for a visit, and several other teams are also interested in his services. However, it is unclear whether his main choice will be to sign with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Additionally, there are doubts about how much the Steelers are willing to pay to bring Asante Samuel Jr. to their roster. Perhaps they are considering signing a true slot cornerback, such as Mike Hilton or someone similar in this offseason if they feel the need to strengthen this position. Therefore, it would be wise to temper expectations regarding the potential signing of Asante Samuel by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, turning to the next story, which involves Cam Hayward, the captain of this football team. We sincerely appreciate your support, which doesn't take much of your time. If you'd like to help today, simply click the like icon. Now, let's address the next story, which involves the captain of a football team who discussed in his podcast yesterday the recent trade of a player. He expressed surprise about the athlete's move to a rival team. I will soon share his exact words and his appeal to the general manager to pursue a new receiver who can fill the vacancy left by the departing player. But before that, it's worth mentioning the possibility of you acquiring a new jersey of a famous receiver for your collection. I'm genuinely excited to see this young talent impact the team, not just this season, but also in the years to come. If you wish to support while treating yourself to a new jersey, you can visit the indicated website and make your purchase. A portion of what you spend comes back to us, so your support benefits both you and the team. Returning to the captain's comments, he shared some interesting thoughts on his reaction to the trade and seemed as surprised as all of us by the news of the player moving to the rival team. He commented, "Was I surprised? Yes, but you know, the game is the game. And I understand that it's beneficial for both teams. We got a new third-round pick while they get a receiver who joins their top player." The captain also expressed optimism that the general manager will facilitate another move for a receiver. This suggests he believes the team should act to enhance the offense and increase their chances of competing for the Super Bowl title. Another move in the receiver position clearly indicates the belief that this team needs to implement strategic actions to improve the offense and raise their chances of winning the Super Bowl in 2025. I've noticed a few names that I consider viable targets for the team. The first on my list is a player from the rival team who presents a strong combination of size, route running skills, and experience with a top-tier quarterback and doesn't seem to have a high cost. If opting for a more experienced veteran, I prefer a receiver who had a more productive performance last season compared to another player from the rival team. I believe this veteran is somewhat underrated at the moment due to his time in an offense that faced problems last season. If he joins a more efficient offensive structure, he's likely to have a performance boost at 33. There's also a Green Bay player who stands out as an excellent route runner and an effective physical blocker, fitting well into the team's system. Another player faced some issues with drops, but he recorded over 700 yards and 8 touchdowns last season, proving to be much better than many think. Additionally, he still has several seasons left on his rookie contract. If you're looking for a young player who could be a real threat after the catch, we believe he deserves attention. There's also another player who struggled with drops. Although he's not the most skilled at contested receptions, he's an excellent route runner, especially on short and intermediate distances, and shows great effectiveness after the catch. He's still in his second season in the league, which means control over his contract for a considerable period. There's a slight issue related to his performance in contested situations. While he's not the most skilled player in contested receptions, he stands out as a route runner at short and intermediate levels of the field, also showing impressive skills after the catch. Furthermore, he's just starting his second year in the league, which means the team can keep him under financial control for a considerable period. These are some of the 5 figures to watch. There may be an update about a significant player later today. To clarify, this is not exactly expected, but it seems relevant to share this information. As reported by a radio program, there are mentions of a significant announcement from a team scheduled for tomorrow. This information was released yesterday, indicating that it communicates something for today, which suggests the possibility of a signing. We'll have to wait and see if anything materializes. If this really happens, it would be amazing, closing the current situation with this potential player joining a new team. However, it might simply be something related to an upcoming game, and there's uncertainty about the possibility of updates soon. Therefore, it's wise to stay alert as something relevant may arise. Later, a live session will take place, and a video will be produced if there's confirmation about who will be the team's next starting quarterback. Otherwise, this might be the only video of the day, though another one could emerge depending on developments. The unpredictability of this scenario makes everything more interesting, so it's important to stay connected for updates. We greatly appreciate the support and look forward to the next meeting to discuss these updates. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a move that has sent shockwaves across the NFL, San Francisco 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy has officially signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The announcement came earlier today and immediately set social media ablaze, leaving fans and analysts scrambling to make sense of one of the most unexpected player moves in recent seasons. Purdy, who rose to stardom with the 49ers after being selected as the very last pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, earning him the nickname Mr. Irrelevant, defied all expectations to become a starting quarterback and even led San Francisco to the playoffs. His poised performances, accuracy under pressure, and leadership made him a beloved figure among 49ers faithful and a key component of the team's offensive success. The reasons behind the transfer remain unclear, but reports suggest that the Steelers presented Purdy with a compelling offer, both financially and strategically. Pittsburgh, in search of a long-term solution at quarterback, appears to believe that Purdy can be the face of the franchise for years to come. The move signals a new era for the Steelers, who have struggled to find consistent play under center. Since the retirement of Ben Roethlisberger, the 49ers, on the other hand, are now left with a major void at quarterback and will likely turn to either a trade or a shift in their depth chart to fill Purdy's place. Fans in San Francisco are still reeling from the news, many expressing disbelief that a player who became such a central figure in their recent success could depart so abruptly. For the Steelers, this signing is a bold statement of intent. With a strong defense and a young offensive core, adding Purdy could elevate the team to serious playoff contention. Only time will tell if this gamble pays off. But one thing is certain, Brock Purdy's move to Pittsburgh has completely changed the landscape of the NFL heading into the new season. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.